I chased Connor for 3 months. He hugged me, kissed me, and showered me with gifts. But every time I confessed, he brushed me off with, "Let's wait a bit." In a fit of anger, I slapped him. "I'm serious about you, and you're just playing with me, aren't you?" But after that slap, the way he looked at me changed. Chapter 1. The Last Straw. I leaned back in the passenger seat of Connor's sleek black car, the leather cool against my skin. We just wrapped up another date. Dinner at a cozy Italian place, a walk through the park, and now this, the quiet hum of his engine idling outside my apartment. I'm buzzed from 2 glasses of wine, just enough to loosen my tongue. My heart's pounding as I turn to him, his sharp jawline catching the glow of a streetlight. "So," I say, scooting closer, my voice low, "how about it? You and me together. For real this time." Connor tilts his head, his dark eyes softening as he reaches out to pinch my cheek lightly. "Hunter," he says, his voice smooth like whiskey, "you're cute when you're tipsy." My stomach flips. That look, that tone. It's the kind that's kept me hooked for 3 months. I'm expecting a yes, finally, after all the late-night texts, the kisses that leave me dizzy, the stupidly expensive watch he slipped onto my wrist last week. But then he says it, the same damn line I've heard 4 times now. "Let's wait a bit. Okay?" I freeze, the warmth in my chest turning to ice. For times, for confessions, each one shot down with that vague, infuriating excuse. I stare at him, his calm expression, the slight quirk of his lips like he's amused. Amused, like I'm some game he's playing, stringing me along for kicks. "You serious?" I ask, my voice sharper than I mean it to be. He raises an eyebrow. "What?" I lean closer, searching his face for something, anything, that proves he's not toying with me. "You've been saying that for months, Connor. Wait a bit. What's the holdup? You married or something? Got a secret kid? Or am I just your side piece for fun?" His brows furrow, but that damn smile doesn't fade. "Hunter, come on. It's not like that." "Then what's it like?" I snap. My hands are shaking, and I clench them into fists. 3 months of chasing him, of falling harder every time he brushes his lips against mine or laughs at one of my dumb jokes. 3 months of thinking he feels the same, only to hit this wall again. I'm done. You know what? Forget it. I'm not doing this anymore. I reach for the door handle, but his hand shoots out, grabbing my wrist. His grip's firm, not painful, but it stops me cold. "Where are you going?" he asks, his voice low, almost teasing. "Away from you," I say, yanking my arm free. "I'm not your toy, Connor. You don't get to keep me on a leash while you figure out whatever the hell you're figuring out." His eyes narrow, and for a second I think he's going to argue. But I'm too pissed to care. The wine's burning in my veins, my pride's in tatters, and before I know it, my hand's moving. The slap lands hard across his cheek, the sound sharp in the quiet car. His head snaps to the side, and I freeze, my palm stinging. "Hunter," he starts, but I cut him off. "You think this is funny? Stringing me along? I'm done." I shove the door open and stumble out into the cool night air. My heart's hammering, and I don't look back as I slam the door shut and march toward my building. I hear his car idling behind me, but he doesn't follow. Good. Let him sit there and stew. Inside my apartment, I kick off my shoes and pace the living room, my pulse still racing. My phone buzzes in my pocket, Connor's name on the screen. I glare at it, then swipe to block his number. Done. Over. I'm not letting him jerk me around anymore. I grab a cardboard box from the closet and start tossing in the gifts he's given me. The watch, a leather jacket, a pair of sneakers I never asked for. They're all going back to him tomorrow. I'm not keeping his pity presents. I collapse onto the couch, the wine's buzz fading into a dull headache. My eyes sting, and I rub them hard, refusing to let myself cry over this. I knew tonight was my last shot. I told myself if he rejected me again, I'd walk away. But knowing doesn't make it hurt less. I think back to the first time I saw him, that stupidly perfect face in the crowd at the bar where I work. I fell hard, chased him like an idiot, and for what? To be his entertainment? I grab a beer from the fridge, crack it open and take a long swig. The cold liquid does nothing to ease the knot in my chest. I keep replaying his words, "Let's wait a bit." And the way he looked at me after the slap, his eyes wide, almost intrigued. What the hell was that about? I shake my head, trying to shove the image out of my mind. Doesn't matter. I'm done with Connor and his mixed signals. I finish the beer and toss the can into the sink, the clatter loud in the quiet apartment. My phone sits silent on the coffee table. No more buzzes. No more Connor. Good. I head to my bedroom, pulling off my shirt and tossing it on the floor. As I crawl into bed, I notice the small square packet on my nightstand, the one I'd slipped into my pocket earlier tonight, hoping things would go differently. I snort, grabbing it and chucking it across the room. It hits the wall with a soft thud. Stupid. I was stupid to think he'd want me the way I want him. I roll onto my side, staring at the dark ceiling. My eyes burn again, but I squeeze them shut. I'm not crying over him. I'm not. Tomorrow I'll send his stuff back, block every way he could reach me and move on. Connor can find someone else to play his games with. I'm out. Chapter 2. How it started. I'm sprawled on my couch, nursing a coffee and a headache, when my mind drifts back to how this whole mess with Connor began. 3 months ago, I was just a broke college kid picking up shifts at a downtown bar. The place was one of those trendy spots with overpriced cocktails and too loud music, packed with people trying to look cooler than they are. I'd taken a gig as a party host, basically a glorified NPC, wearing a tight black shirt and flirting with customers to keep them spending. Easy money, or so I thought. That's when I saw him, Connor, sitting at a corner table with a few suits, looking like he'd stepped out of a cologne ad. Sharp jaw, dark hair, eyes that could cut glass. He wasn't laughing or schmoozing like the others, just sipping his drink, scanning the room like he was above it all. I was pouring shots for a bachelorette party when our eyes locked. My stomach did a flip, and I nearly spilled vodka on a bridesmaid's dress. I made my way over, tray in hand, leaning in close as I offered him a drink. "On the house?" I said, flashing my best grin. He took the glass, his fingers brushing mine, and said, "Thanks," in a voice that hit me like a shot of whiskey. No spark, no flirt, just polite detachment. I walked away, heart racing, already hooked. That was the first time we met. Me falling hard, him barely noticing. I didn't see him again for weeks. The bar was a revolving door of faces, but his stuck with me. I kept hoping he'd show up, but no luck. Then, one night, I got roped into a high roller event. The manager promised a fat tip if I played along, so I spent the evening charming a table of drunk execs, downing shots to keep up. By the time I stumbled out the back exit into the alley, I was buzzed, still in my work getup, tight pants, smudged eyeliner from the themed makeup they made me wear. That's when trouble found me. A group of guys, probably thinking I was an easy mark, started circling. "Hey, pretty boy," one sneered, stepping too close. I wasn't in the mood. "Back off," I said, squaring my shoulders. They laughed, closing in, and I swung. One went down, but there were 4 more, and I took a fist to the jaw before I could land another hit. My arm was bleeding from a scrape, and I was bracing for worse when a voice cut through the chaos. "Need a hand?" I looked up, and there was Connor, leaning against the alley wall, casual as hell, like he'd just strolled out of a boardroom. The guys froze, sizing him up. He didn't move, just stared them down, and they scattered like roaches. I was panting, blood trickling down my arm, but I managed to grin. "My hero?" I said, half joking, and then, because why the hell not? I let my knees buckle, falling toward him. He caught me, one arm steadying me against his chest. Holy hell, the guy was built. I pressed my hand to his pec, pretending to steady myself, and smirked. "Nice catch." He chuckled, low and warm. "You're not even dizzy, are you?" "Nope," I said, meeting his eyes. "But I'm not complaining." He shook his head, still smiling, and helped me to a bench near the bar's back door. He grabbed a first aid kit from inside. Apparently he knew the owner and started cleaning the cut on my arm. His hands were steady, focused, and I couldn't stop staring at his face, the way his brows furrowed as he worked. "Hold still," he said, dabbing antiseptic that stung like hell. I hissed, grabbing his wrist without thinking. He paused, looking up, and I swear my heart stopped. "You okay?" he asked. "Yeah." I lied, my voice rough. "You're too good at this." He laughed, a real laugh, and it hit me harder than the punch I'd taken earlier. "You always this forward?" he asked, taping a bandage over the cut. "Only when I see something I like." I shot back, holding his gaze. His smile faltered, just for a second, and I thought I'd pushed too far. But then he asked, "What's your name?" "Hunter," I said. "You?" "Connor." He stood, brushing off his hands. "You good to get home?" I didn't want him to leave. "Not yet." "How about a drink? My treat, for saving my ass." He raised an eyebrow. "You sure you're not concussed?" "Positive." I leaned closer, dropping my voice. "Come on, one drink. I owe you." He studied me, like he was weighing his options, then nodded. "Fine. One drink." That's how it started. One drink turned into him driving me home, then a text the next day asking if I was okay. I played it cool, but inside I was a mess. A week later, we met up again, this time at a quieter bar. I was nervous as hell, overthinking every word, but he was easy to talk to, all dry humor and sharp wit. I kissed him that night, just a quick brush of lips during a stupid drinking game, and he didn't pull away. My heart was pounding, but he just looked at me, amused, and said, "That's your move." I laughed, embarrassed but thrilled. After that, we started hanging out, dinners, late-night gaming sessions, him showing up at the bar to drive me home when my shifts ran late. He was busy, some kind of consultant with a packed schedule, but he made time for me. I thought it meant something. I thought he felt it too. Now, staring at my ceiling, the memory sours. All those moments, the kisses, the gifts, the way he'd laugh when I teased him, were they just him humoring me? Stringing me along because he liked the attention? I roll over, my chest tight. I was an idiot, thinking a guy like Connor would want me for real. I close my eyes, trying to shut out the ache, but all I see is his face, that damn smile, and the way he looked at me after I slapped him, like I'd finally gotten his attention. Chapter 3, Cold Goodbye. I wake up to a pounding headache. My mouth tastes like regret, and I squint at the screen. 3 missed calls from Connor. I groan, tossing the phone onto the bed. Last night's fight replays in my head. His stupid "wait a bit" excuse, my slap, the way I stormed out. I meant it when I said I was done. I grab my phone and block his number for good, my thumb hovering over the confirm button before I press it. Screw him. I drag myself to the kitchen, chugging water to drown the hangover. The cardboard box of Connor's gifts sits on the counter, watch, jacket, sneakers, all mocking me. I call a courier to pick them up and send them back to him. No note, no explanation. He'll get the message. I'm halfway through a second glass of water when my phone rings again. An unknown number. I let it go to voicemail, but it rings again. And again. "Fine," I mutter, answering. "What?" "Hunter." Connor's voice is calm. Too calm. Like he's talking me off a ledge. "You blocked me?" "Yeah," I say, leaning against the counter. "Figured you'd take the hint." He sighs. "Can we talk?" "About last night." "Nope." I keep my voice flat. "You had your chance. I'm done chasing you." "Hunter, come on. You slapped me and walked out. I'm not the bad guy here." I laugh, bitter. "You're not? Then what are you, Connor? Because I've been throwing myself at you for months, and all I get is wait a bit. I'm not your damn puppy." He's quiet for a second, then says, "I'm outside your place. Come down." My stomach lurches. "You're what?" "I'm here. Let's talk." I cross to the window, peering through the blinds. Sure enough, his black car is parked across the street, headlights off. My heart does a traitorous flip, but I shove it down. "Go home, Connor. I meant what I said." "Hunter." I hang up, switch my phone to silent, and turn off the lights. I'm not doing this. Not letting him charm his way back in. I stand by the window, watching his car for longer than I'll admit. He doesn't move. An hour later, I check again. Still there. By midnight, my eyes are heavy, but his car finally pulls away. Good riddance. The next morning, I'm up early for a class, head still throbbing. I take the long way out of my building, passing the spot where Connor's car was parked. Something catches my eye, a pile of cigarette butts by a trash can. Connor doesn't smoke, or at least I've never seen him. I pause, staring at them, a weird pang in my chest. Did he sit there all night, stressing? I shake my head. Doesn't matter. I'm over it. Later, I meet my friend Evan at a diner near campus. He's a senior now, always ready to dish out advice I don't ask for. We slide into a booth, and he's already grinning like he knows something. So, he says, stealing a fry from my plate. What's up with your mystery man? You still mooning over that guy? I stab my burger with a fork. Not a thing. We're done. Evan's eyebrows shoot up. Done? As in, you finally got him to commit, or? As in, I told him to screw off. I take a bite, avoiding his stare. He leans back, whistling. Damn, Hunter. What did he do? Cheat? Ghost you? I shrug. Just kept me hanging. I'm not playing his games anymore. Evan shakes his head, grabbing another fry. Told you, man. You're too open with these guys. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and they eat it up. Remember Aaron? I grimace. Aaron, my ex from freshman year, who turned my life into a campus-wide soap opera. Don't start, Evan. I'm just saying, he goes on. You fall hard, and guys like that, guys like Aaron or this Connor dude, they see it and take advantage. You gotta play it cooler, man. I don't do cool, I say, pushing my plate away. I'm honest. If they can't handle it, that's their problem. Evan snorts. Honest? Dude, you're like a neon sign flashing break my heart. Aaron screwed you over and you still didn't learn. You're lucky you got out of that mess. Clench my jaw. Aaron was a disaster. Spreading rumors, photoshopping compromising pics of me, making half the campus think I was something I'm not. I took a semester off after that. Needed to clear my head. That's not why I left, I say. I just needed a break. Sure. Evan says, not buying it. But you get why I'm worried, right? You dive in head first and guys like Connor, they'll chew you up. I roll my eyes. Thanks for the pep talk, Dr. Phil. He grins. Just looking out for you. So what's the plan? You gonna block this guy for good? Already did. I say, but my voice lacks conviction. I keep seeing those cigarette butts, wondering if Connor was as rattled as I was. Doesn't matter, I tell myself. I'm not going back. Evan claps my shoulder. Good. Plenty of fish, man. You'll find someone who doesn't make you slap them. I force a laugh, but it feels hollow. After we split the bill, I head home, the walk doing nothing to clear my head. Evan's words keep circling. Am I too easy to read? Too desperate? I thought being real was enough, but maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just setting myself up to get burned again. I unlock my apartment, kicking the door shut. The box of Connor stuff is gone, picked up by the courier. My phone's still silent, no new calls, no texts. I should feel relieved, but there's a knot in my gut that won't loosen. I flop onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. I keep telling myself I'm done, but a small, stupid part of me wonders what Connor wanted to say last night. Wonders why he sat outside for hours. I shove the thought away. He had his chance. I'm not his game anymore. Chapter 4. Tables turned. I'm halfway through a bag of chips when my buzzer goes off. It's been 2 days since I sent Connor's gifts back, and I'm trying to pretend he doesn't exist. The buzzer blares again, insistent, and I groan, dragging myself to the intercom. Who is it? I snap. Hunter, it's me. Connor's voice crackles through, calm but firm. Let me in. My stomach drops. Go away, Connor. I told you we're done. 5 minutes, he says. Then I'll leave. I clench my jaw, tempted to ignore him. But the thought of him standing outside, probably looking stupidly perfect, makes my resolve waver. Against my better judgment, I buzz him in. The door swings open a minute later, and there he is. Dark jacket, hair slightly messy, eyes locking onto mine like he's got a point to prove. You've got 4 minutes now, I say, crossing my arms and leaning against the wall. Talk. He steps inside, closing the door with a soft click. You sent my stuff back. Yeah. I say, glaring. Didn't want your pity gifts. They weren't pity, he says, his voice low. They were for you. Because I wanted to. I scoff. Right? Like you want to keep me on a string. Huh? Not falling for it. He takes a step closer, and I tense, my back pressing harder against the wall. Hunter, I'm not playing games. I messed up. Okay? I should have been clearer. Clearer. I laugh, sharp and bitter. You've had 3 months to be clear. For confessions, Connor. And every time it's wait a bit. I'm not an idiot. His jaw tightens, but his eyes don't waver. I know you're not. That's why I'm here. I roll my eyes. What, to apologize? Save it. I don't need your. He moves faster than I expect, closing the distance and grabbing my wrists, pinning them against the wall. Before I can react, his lips crash into mine, hard and desperate. My brain short-circuits, the heat of his mouth drowning out my anger for a split second. Then reality kicks in, and I shove him back, my chest heaving. What the hell was that? I snap, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. My lips are tingling, and I hate it. He's breathing hard, his eyes darker than I've ever seen them. You slapped me, he says, his voice rough, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I blink, thrown. What? You heard me, he says, stepping closer again. You're pissed, you're real, and you don't hold back. That slap? It woke me up. I stare at him, my brain scrambling to process. So what, you're into me now because I hit you? That's messed up, Connor. He laughs short and sharp. No, I was always into you, but I'm not good at this, Hunter. I don't do feelings. Not fast, anyway. I needed time to figure out what we could be. I shake my head, pulling my wrists free. You don't get to figure that out while I'm spilling my guts. You knew how I felt. You let me think you cared, then brushed me off like I was nothing. You're not nothing, he says, his voice dropping. You're the opposite of nothing. That's why I kept saying wait. I didn't want to screw this up. I snort, stepping past him to put some space between us. Great job so far. He runs a hand through his hair, looking frustrated for the first time. Look, I'm not perfect. I like you, Hunter, a lot, but I don't know you, not enough. And you don't know me. We've been doing this dance, but it's all surface. I want more than that. I turn, glaring. You want more? You could have said that instead of jerking me around. I'm not a mind reader. I know, he says softer now. I'm trying to fix it. Let me. I cross my arms, my anger simmering but not gone. Why should I? So you can string me along for another 3 months? No, he says, stepping closer again. Because I'm done waiting. I want to try this. For real. But I need you to meet me halfway. I laugh, incredulous. Halfway? You're the one who's been dodging. I've been all in since day one. He smirks, just a little. Yeah, I noticed. You're not exactly subtle. Screw you, I say, but there's no heat in it. His smirk is doing things to me, and I hate how much I still want him. He steps closer, his voice dropping to a murmur. Let me make it up to you. Give me a chance to show you I'm serious. I should kick him out. I should tell him to go to hell. But he's looking at me like I'm the only thing in the room, and my resolve is crumbling. You're sleeping on the couch, I say finally, pointing to the lumpy sofa in the corner. And don't think this means I'm over it. He nods, that smirk still there. Fair enough. Couch it is. I grab a spare blanket from the closet and toss it at him. Don't get comfortable. You're on thin ice. Noted, he says, catching the blanket. But I'm not going anywhere. I roll my eyes and head to my room, shutting the door harder than necessary. My heart's pounding, and I'm pissed at myself for letting him in, literally and figuratively. I flop onto my bed, staring at the ceiling. He's on my couch, probably looking smug, and I'm already regretting not kicking him out. But there's a tiny part of me, buried under the anger, that's curious. What does he mean by for real? And why did that kiss feel different, like he was finally letting go of whatever was holding him back? I pull the covers over my head, trying to block out the image of his stupid face. He's got one chance to prove he's not full of it. One. If he blows it, I'm done for good. But as I drift off, I can't shake the feeling that I've just opened a door I might not be able to close. Chapter 5, Photo Fallout. I'm scrolling through my phone, trying to focus on a group project for class, when a text from Evan pops up. It's a screenshot, and my stomach twists the second I see it. The photo shows a guy's side profile, sharp jaw, dark hair, unmistakably Connor, posted on some social media app. The caption reads, "New boyfriend? Hot or what?" The account belongs to Aaron, my ex, the guy who turned my freshman year into a nightmare. My hands go cold, and I stare at the screen, my brain racing. I text Evan back. Where'd you get this? His reply is instant. Aaron's feed. Dude's bragging. You okay? No, I'm not okay. Connor's supposed to be on a work trip, some consulting gig out of town. He texted me yesterday, saying he'd be back in a week with flowers. Like that's supposed to make me forget the past 3 months of his dodging. And now this? Him cozying up with Aaron, of all people? The guy who tried to ruin me? I feel sick. I call Connor, my hands shaking. It rings out, then goes to voicemail. I try again. Same thing. My mind spirals, dragging up memories of Aaron. His lies, the fake photos he spread around campus. The way he turned my honesty into a punchline. I had to leave school for a semester to escape the fallout. And now Connor's with him? Is this some twisted revenge? Did Aaron know about me and Connor, and this is his way of screwing me over again? I text Connor. You with Aaron? No response. I send the screenshot and type. Explain this. Still nothing. My chest tightens, and I toss my phone onto the couch, pacing my apartment. I want to believe Connor wouldn't do this, but the evidence is staring me in the face. I grab a beer from the fridge, crack it open, and down half of it, trying to calm the storm in my head. An hour later, my phone buzzes. Connor. I almost don't answer, but my thumb hits accept before I can stop it. Hunter, he says, sounding out of breath. I just saw your texts. What the hell? You tell me. I snap, my voice sharp. You're on a work trip, but you're in Aaron's photos? My ex, Connor. The one who tried to tank my life. You his boyfriend now. What? He sounds genuinely confused, but I'm not buying it. Hunter, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know an Aaron. Then why's your face in his post? I say, my voice rising. He's calling you his boyfriend. You gonna tell me it's a coincidence? He's quiet for a second, and I can hear him muttering something under his breath. Send me the photo again, he says. I do, and there's a pause before he curses. Hunter, this is from a client dinner last night. Some assistant was there, kept trying to get close. I shut it down. I don't know him. Bullshit. I say, but my voice wavers. That's Aaron, my ex, the guy who spread fake nudes of me online, Connor. And you're what, hanging out with him? I'm not hanging out with anyone, he says, his tone sharp now. He was with the client's team, poured me a drink, got too close, and I moved away. That's it. I didn't even get his name. I want to believe him, but the doubt's clawing at me. Then why's he posting you as his boyfriend? I don't know. Connor snaps, then softer. Hunter, I swear, I'm not with anyone. I'm trying to be with you. I grip the phone tighter, my throat tight. I don't do this, Connor. I don't play second fiddle, especially not to him. You're not, he says urgent. I'm coming back tonight. We'll sort this out. Just don't shut me out, okay? I don't answer, just hang up. My head's a mess, and I slump onto the couch, staring at the screenshot again. Connor's face, Aaron's caption. It's like a punch to the gut. I think about Aaron's betrayal, how he drugged my drink once, tried to film something to sell online. I stopped him, but he still spread lies, made people think I was someone I'm not. The thought of Connor tied to him, even by accident, makes my skin crawl. Hours later, there's a knock at my door. I open it, and Connor's there, hair messy, eyes tired, like he drove straight from the airport. Hunter, he says, stepping inside before I can stop him. I'm not with that guy. I don't know him. You have to believe me. I cross my arms, keeping my distance. Why should I? You've been dodging me for months, and now this. He runs a hand through his hair, looking frustrated. I told you, I'm bad at this. I like you, Hunter. I've been trying to show it, but I'm not perfect. That photo, it's nothing. I'll deal with it. Deal with it how? I ask, my voice cold. He's already out there, telling the world you're his. I'll make it clear he's lying, Connor says, his jaw tight. I don't care who he is. He doesn't get to mess with us. I hesitate, searching his face. He looks sincere, but I've been burned before. He's my ex. I say finally, my voice low. Aaron. He tried to ruin me, drugged me, spread fake photos. I don't trust him, and I don't know if I can trust you. Connor's eyes widen, then soften. Hunter, I had no idea. I'm sorry. I'll fix this. I promise. I nod, not sure what to say. He steps closer, but I hold up a hand. Just give me space, okay? I need to think. He nods, looking like he wants to argue but doesn't. "I'll be here when you're ready," he says, then heads for the door. "I'm not giving up on you." The door clicks shut, and I'm alone again, my head spinning. I want to believe him, but Aaron's shadow looms large. I grab my phone, staring at the screenshot one last time before deleting it. Connor's got one chance to prove he's telling the truth. If he's lying, I'm done for good. Chapter 6. Together at last. I'm leaning against the counter in my apartment, sipping coffee, when Connor texts me a photo of a bouquet. Red roses, obnoxiously big. "Picked these up. Be home soon." It's been a week since the Aaron mess, and Connor's been relentless, calling out Aaron's lie online and shutting down any contact. I haven't fully let my guard down, but I'm starting to believe he's for real. The flowers help. I text back a thumbs up, trying not to smile. When he knocks, I open the door to find him holding the roses, looking unfairly good in a dark sweater. "For you," he says, handing them over with a grin. I take them, rolling my eyes. "You're such a cliché." "You love it," he says, stepping inside. He's not wrong, but I'm not admitting it. I set the flowers on the counter, and he follows me, leaning close. "So, am I forgiven yet?" "For what?" I say, dodging his attempt to kiss my cheek. "The Aaron thing or the 3 months of dodging me?" He laughs, grabbing my wrist gently. "Both. Come on, Hunter. I'm trying here." I pull free, but I'm smiling. "You're on probation, buddy. Don't push it." He's been different since he got back. More open, less guarded. He's been showing up with dinner, dragging me to arcade nights, even cooking for me once, which was surprisingly good. He's trying to prove he's serious, and it's working. But I'm still cautious, waiting for the other shoe to drop. We sit on the couch and he pulls out his phone, showing me a message he sent to Aaron's boss, calling out the fake post. "He's done bothering me," Connor says. "And if he tries again, I've got lawyers on speed dial." I raise an eyebrow. "Lawyers? Fancy." He shrugs. "Perks of the job. Point is, he's out of our lives." I nod, the knot in my chest loosening. Good. He doesn't get to mess with me anymore. Connor's eyes soften. "He won't. I've got you." I snort, but my face heats up. "Sap." He grins, leaning closer. "You like it." I shove him playfully, but he catches my hand, pulling me into a kiss. It's soft at first, then deeper, and I let myself sink into it, my doubts fading. When we pull apart, I'm breathless, but I manage. "You're still on the couch tonight." He laughs, loud and warm. "We'll see." The next day, he drags me to an indoor climbing gym of all places. "You need to get out of your head," he says as we stand in front of a towering wall, harnesses strapped on. I'm skeptical, but he's so excited. I can't say no. He climbs first, moving like he's done this 100 times, and I follow, my hands slipping on the holds. Halfway up, I freeze, my heart pounding. "You good?" Connor calls from above, peering down. "Nope," I mutter, gripping the wall. "Why did I let you talk me into this?" "Because you trust me," he says, smirking. "Come on, you're almost there." I grumble but keep going, his voice guiding me. When I reach the top, panting and sweaty, he's waiting, pulling me into a quick hug. "Told you," he says, his breath warm against my ear. "You're tougher than you think." I roll my eyes, but I'm grinning. Yeah, don't get cocky." That night, we're back at my place, sprawled on the couch with takeout. He's stealing my fries and I'm pretending to care. "So," he says, nudging my shoulder, "you gonna give me an answer soon?" "An answer to what?" I ask, though I know exactly what he means. He sets his food down, turning to face me. "Us. You and me. I'm all in, Hunter. Are you?" I pause, my heart thudding. I think about the past few months, the chase, the slap, the Aaron drama. I think about how he's stuck around, how he's shown up, how he makes me feel alive in a way I haven't in years. "You're not gonna dodge me again, are you?" I say, half joking. "Never," he says, his voice steady. "I want this. I want you." I swallow, my throat tight. "Okay, let's do it. For real." His face lights up, and he kisses me, hard and sure, like he's been waiting for this forever. I kiss him back, my hands tangling in his hair, and for the first time, I'm not scared of what comes next. A week later, I'm waiting outside Connor's office, leaning against his car. He'd asked me to pick him up, and I'm early, scrolling through my phone. That's when I see him, Aaron, standing across the street, staring at me. My stomach twists, But before I can react, Connor steps out of the building, his arm slipping around my waist. "Hey," he says, kissing my temple. Then he spots Aaron. His jaw tightens, but he doesn't let go of me. "Ignore him," he murmurs. Aaron walks over, his face a mix of desperation and defiance. "Connor, can we talk?" he says, ignoring me. "Nope," Connor says, opening the car door. "We're done here." Aaron's eyes flick to me, widening. "You're with him." I hold up our joined hands, smirking. "Yeah, problem." He opens his mouth, then closes it, looking like he's been slapped. Connor tugs me toward the car. "Let's go, babe. We've got dinner to make." We drive off, Aaron shrinking in the rearview mirror. I glance at Connor, his hand warm in mine. "You handled that like a pro," I say. He grins. "Had to. My boyfriend's worth it." I laugh, leaning back in the seat. For the first time in years, the night doesn't feel heavy. It's not just the absence of Aaron or the drama. It's Connor, sitting next to me, his hands steady in mine. I used to think nights meant loneliness, a reminder of the family I lost young, the years I spent scraping by. But now, with him, the dark feels like a promise. We're driving home, together, and I'm starting to believe we've got a long road ahead.